We were trained to push through. No excuses, no weaknesses, mission first. That works in a uniform. But what happens when the mission is your own health? Because here's the truth. A lot of us don't quit, but we overcorrect. We go extreme, we go all in, and then when we can't sustain that pace, we just quietly shut it down. Not because we're weak, but because we don't know how to operate without intensity. So today, the focus is on this question. Are we actually building discipline, or are we just replacing one form of pressure with another? Luke, when you strip the noise away, is this about health, or is this about pivoting something or proving something? Welcome back to Healthy
Um,
Minds and Healthy Bodies. Today it's just Luke and I,
yeah.
not a round table, no extra voices, just two guys a few weeks into something that we said we were going to do. The scale isn't the story anymore. The start date isn't the story anymore. The real test is what happens when the adrenaline finally wears off. So let's break this down a little bit. And the big question right now, Luke, to you is, are you running on motivation right now or discipline?
I'm running more on discipline because this is my foundation. This is what we um, want to see uh, helping people. And any if you help one person, we're being successful, and we know we're helping people. And so right now it's more disciplined. Um, the motivational part is kind of like it wears off in a way where it's not my center of my thing where I got to tell every single person I run into, or I got to let everybody know, hey, get on this, get on this, get on this, get on this, get on this. Now it's more disciplined to stay in the course, to remain an example or a role model in a way similar to the people who might be following us that may have seen what I did the last summer as something that's motivation that they want to carry on and continue with. So if I was to somebody who at times, and I'm not gonna lie, there's times I want to give up. There's times when I just want to say the hell with it. But I power through it, and I see the ultimate goal on the other end is helping people and helping myself. So when we see the final product, um, it's going to be. I think it's going to be great, whatever we accomplish. But at the end of the day, um, now that energy and that motivation of the start is gone, now we have to stay disciplined. And the luxury of being a, a military veteran, first responder, and these type of things, we are trained to be disciplined, and we're trained to see the mission through. And we will. Well, I will for sure. I speak for myself.
Hey, bud, you can speak for other people too. Um, so if I'm following up on that one, you mentioned the mindset and how your thought process is different from the start. Like when I look back to getting started, I was excited too, right? I'm like, here's an opportunity, get healthy again, drop some inches, just be feeling better overall by the end of it. And there's all that excitement, and it's new, and all of those things. So when that's what we were in, and then got started, is your head, your mindset, your thinking, is it different now compared to when we were started and planning to get started?
Yes. Yes. I know you can't, there's no, you're not supposed to go higher than 100%, but yes, it's 100% complete change in mindset where I thought I was going to be this complete, I don't know what I thought I was going to be, some kind of those guys on TV. You know what I mean? They're sitting there and they just shredded, and they got, all you got to do is eat this and blah, 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 this, all this healthy life and run around. No, because that's not me. That's not comfortable. That doesn't, maybe in a perfect situation, but there is no perfect situation. Well, when I go to the gym today, well, I'm not leaving this house for another 2 days because I'm be burying 10 feet of snow. So you have to adapt and you have to overcome. So I think when I first started, and I thought I'm going to be this completely different person, but now what I want to do um, is to take the person I want Luke to be, and that's not the old Luke, and that was not the new Luke. This is the reinvented Luke um, that I want to be, so I can sustain it going forward. So it's almost like not this big extreme. all these extreme changes. It's the small ones, and you work on all the small little problems. You know what I mean? And there's times like, and it was so hard. Like last week, on Friday, so all week long. So we're a little spoiler alert here. A little, we're writing a book for the Luke Sear Foundation. There's an author in the States, a good friend of mine. He writes for the PGA Tour. So he's writing a book for the Luke Sear Foundation. We're working on it right now. And what he needs from me is information. So as I'm drawing up old memories and old things, I started, for some messed up reason, probably chapter one, self sabotage. I started with telling stories about my military friends and my military life. I skipped right over my childhood and went right to my military life and that messed up part and telling stories about some of my military buddies. And then on Friday, for some reason, I have no idea, I'm going to take this entire day and talk about Scott, not break it up. And with Scotty being gone, and then it sent me sideways and it just sent me completely out of control. So I have to figure out a way that life isn't just going to be get up in the morning and follow your structure. There's going to be things that you're going to have to encounter in life day to day, going through it and being able to find a healthy body, healthy mind, healthy life that's going to live within Luke Sear's life, not something you think or, you know what I mean? That picture perfect um, layout of the life you want is maybe you can do it, but if you really want to take the pressure off you and just live a nice, healthy life and be happy, well, then just live within your limitations. And that's, I completely changed it. What did it take me? Like you said, 7 weeks. What are we at? The 7 weeks is 7, 6, 7, 8, something like that. And
We're in the
you
eighth, I
start
think,
to
buddy, or
realize things
seventh.
that it's
Yeah.
not just a, oh, I'm going keto, I'm going caveman, I'm going whatever the hell, I'm going this, I'm going that. Well, is that sustainable? And if you do fail and give up on that, what's that going to do to your mental health? So the things I'm really thinking about now, and the way I've been going through these weeks and stuff like that, is I'm enjoying life, and I have to realize, and I learned from writing about Scott all day on Friday, and it ruined my Friday night, and it ruined my Saturday, that hard no I had about being fighting and screaming and yelling with Tanya, we got in this big brouhaha where I'm back apologizing because it's zero times her fault, zero her fault, and it's just me going snapping and her reacting. Um, and I can't blame. I'm not blaming Scott. I'm blaming me for not realizing that. But it's also on our journey here. Then what we're doing, it's a learning curve. It's a learning curve that's something I had to experience to remember. Don't do that again because it doesn't work, Luke. You know it doesn't work, and you just tried to do it
Well,
and it didn't work.
yeah, but it might be something else too. Like you're allowed to care about
Yeah.
Scotty. You already know that part. It's like you
Yeah.
said. It's just how it's coming out is might not be the
No, and
one.
that's what
So
it did.
let me bounce the question
It
off
put
you.
this twist
With
on
this,
me, and I took it out on other people. I just got angry at other people and I
yeah,
got
yeah,
short with people, and it was just like, oh
yeah,
yeah, and you know what I mean. When we go from, like I said, zero to us, I go zero to our soul, and you go 0 to 100. Right? We know that. We know that. And I said that was my hard
zero to
no,
Jekyll.
but
Yeah, yeah,
it is what it is, man. Like at the
yeah.
end of the day, um, it's something I realized, and it's something I'll never do again. I like there's more in the book I'm going to be putting about Scott, but I'm going to break it up. And I'm not, and I asked Tanya, I said, I'm not going to write alone. Just let me write right there with me. You know what I mean? You got to figure ways out and figure ways through it. And that's what I'm doing. This is why I see this healthy body, healthy mind challenge a success so far. Like we're doing so well because it's not May 1st. Okay, let's go back to whatever. Let's flip a coin. No, no, that's when May 2nd rolls around. You're just doing the same thing you've been doing ever the whole time. Once you find your rhythm, get
Yeah,
into it,
that's the plan.
and we're going to do well. That's our goal. And if you don't try, you'll never know.
All right. Well, let me. I'll stay in the same frame we started. High energy, lots of plans, lots of ideas of, like I said, hey, here comes the Bruce Lee shred body. But now that we're just in the discipline mode, that grind mode where it's like, okay, we're past the excitement part. Now we've got to stick to it, rely on the discipline and the training that we've had. Do you find it harder now when you don't have all that fire and energy and, as they say, the piss and vinegar, or do you find it easier now because you've sort of set into a groove?
I find it extremely hard because what I'm trying to do is trying to figure out the right formula. So you know what I mean? Like you're just constantly trying and trying and trying, and you can only fail so many times before it gets a little under your skin. And I'm not going to say the big D
Uh-huh.
word because I don't get like that no more because I try to dwell on the positives and stuff like that. But holy Jesus, like, yeah, I got this. I got this. I got this. You don't got it. I got this. I got this. I got this. I don't got it. So as of right now, yeah, I'm finding it extremely difficult because you're starting to lose that umph. You're starting to lose that little wind in your sail. You know what I mean? Like you're just waiting, waiting. Come on, throw me a breeze, because you're kind of coasting along. You're doing all right, but you're trying to figure things out as you're doing it, and it's just I'm finding it a lot harder myself personally. That's just not that I'm impatient. I want to be at the finish line. You know what I mean? Once the gun starts, I want to go across the line. I want the ribbon across my chest.
Mhm.
But you know what I mean? The race is going on. I
Yep.
feel like I'm in the blocks. Oh, the gun's gone off. Okay, now I'm gonna go. Like it's just I don't know. I just I'm just not patient enough right now to get through it. I'm not gonna give up. Um, I'm not gonna quit. I just kind of want to figure this out. But it's part of the journey, I guess, right? How
Oh, it
about
is. I
yourself?
hear you. This week, I know 3 weeks ago I was saying I just bought the weights. I got all the stuff downstairs, but I still want to do all the body weight stuff, and I got to stick to that. And then the past 5 days, I've been starting to look up all of my weight routines and some um, CrossFit drills that build the cardio at the same time. And then I had to put the brakes on and say, hey, man, you still got whatever number of weeks here to get this other part. I think it's 16 weeks left, and I've got the whole program. I just got to run through it. I mean, I'm incorporating a little bit of extra stuff, but yeah, I almost just flipped the switch, and I'm like, well, that sort of defeats the purpose. You're on this path. I know if it's a wrong path and it's not working for me and I'm not doing it, then I've got to find something that I'll do. But I am enjoying it, and I'm noticing changes, benefits, improved whatever.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, yeah. So I
Like,
find
yeah,
it.
like I can't just sit here
It's not that it's
preaching negatives.
harder.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's not so much maybe that I'm finding it hard. Well, it's increasing in difficulty, but I think the hard parts, like you said, you're hoping for a finish line quicker. We don't like to wait forever to get to something. We know if we just push through. Like I just met my occupational therapist as part of my rehab on Friday, and talked about the coaching business. And she's like, "What's holding you back?" I go, "I'm just not doing the things I'm supposed to do to find people. I'm so busy doing everything else and finding other things to do that I kind of avoid it." And she's like, "What if you just do 5 outreaches each day?" And I mean, that was 3 days ago, so I should be at 15. I'm already at 40 something. I'm doubling up, and I'm not ratcheting back. And it's good to push hard, but if I don't get into that consistent routine and stick to it for a while, then if I get to 100 and I stop, I failed. I should
Yeah.
stick to a basic routine, right? So the hard part's sticking to the plan.
Patience. Like I
So
always said,
yeah,
if I had patience, I know how to spell it, and I don't. That's the way I always look at patience. Like it's just, Jesus, come on, Lukey, you're better than that. Uh, but yeah, like no, it's 100%. Like it's also like I also realize like I what keeps me going that like remember staying out on the golf course, I'd see some guys, some of my friends, good friend of mine, Craig Marshall, and he was in a lot of pain, but he gutted it out. You see him out there every day just going, and he gutted out. My old buddy Rob, gutting it out, and that motivated me to keep going on the course and not quit, not give up on Road to Resilience. But now too, like talking to people and interacting with people through our social medias and people reaching out and saying, you know, this is it, and especially our father. You know what I mean? Too bad he had to fall. But he'll be back. You know, like to hear dad, the way he was talking to me in November to the way the dad's talking to us now. Um, and it's incredible.
yep.
So that's also keeping me
Full of
going.
excitement.
Like the seeing those results is if I gave up, what would that do to somebody else? Because for me to give up is just me being
Well,
lazy.
let me bounce that. Let me bounce that question. I'll bounce it back at you then, because I know it's a bit later that I probably asked this question. But so, are you doing this for you? Or are you doing this because there's a whole bunch of other people that could use it and you're just sort of setting that example? Or it could be both. It could
It's
be both.
both. It's both because like I said this right from the beginning, like a lot of times, like people are saying like when I tell my story, especially about October 30th of 2021, when I tell that story, I'll be on the news and I'll be telling that story. And well, I'm a mess for a couple days later. And like, well, why do you tell the story? Because that story might reach someone's ears and that person might say, if that son of a bitch can do it, so can I. That guy did it. Come on, I'm gonna do it too. So I do this for me because I need this, and I know that I need this. And but I also do this because I want everybody to experience the same life I have, the same opportunities I have. I don't want someone sitting on that couch thinking, "Ah, this is it. The hell with it." Blah 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 blah. They might see me, hear about me. I don't know, read about me, whatever. And it's just pushes them that little bit because that's all I needed was that lift off the couch. Too bad it took an ambulance and someone breaking into the house to find me, right? But let's do that. Let's get to that. These people and motivate these people or just do something. So I'm doing it for myself, but I'm also doing it for everybody else on earth. I know that's why God saved me. God saved me for this reason, and I'm just not going to stop. And I'm too stubborn to stop anyway. So and like just what goes like this is the greatest thing is when you hear results. When you start hearing results from other people.
Yes.
Like me, I'm tightening up. I know I'm tightening up and I know I feel good. And it's like, oh yeah, I can't get my fat jeans I won't fit my fat jeans again because I have fat jeans, I have skinny jeans. And I was like, the hell with it, I won't fit my fat jeans again. I don't care. But it's just we're just gonna keep going, we're just gonna keep rolling with it. And I'm really happy with what we've
Absolutely.
accomplished so far, because with that whole motto, "Save one life, save the world," and there's a whole bunch of people who are on board with us, who are supporting us, who are following along with us, and I think uh, it's only going to get bigger, it's only going to get better, and we're going to save some more lives. Let's keep going, and ours too, which would be great, eh? Save our lives too with everybody else.
Well, that's half the battle.
Yeah.
If everything I do right now gets me more time or better time while I'm here till the sand runs out, that's a win, 100%. So something I've noticed, just even in talking to you and in some other people in some PTSD groups or first responders, is that we don't really like ease into stuff, eh? We like go, we jump in, we go 100% or more, and sometimes push ourselves past the limit. So when you started the challenge, because you're still, like you said, trying to find the right mm, system or timetable or something that helps you keep moving forward that you're trying to solve. So do you think you came in too hard, too fast, too much,
Yep.
or
1 billion% I
yeah?
came
So
into this
what
completely,
would you go back and tell
completely like
yourself to change?
yeah, 100%. Like I assumed, I don't know, like I was going to be able to get in my car. I was going to be able to drive to the gym. Everything was going to run perfectly smooth. Everything was going to go great. And I mean, the zone regulators were going to bust in my basement. It was going to blow through $1,800 worth of oil in January. I'm like, what the hell is going on here? Like, you know what I mean? It's just a complete nightmare. As your life's spiraling out of control. Well, when you thought about this challenge, everything, I got this structure, like I'm going to do all this stuff and blah, blah, blah. This is going to be perfect, just like it's all laid out before me. Well, no, life gets in the way sometimes. So what it did is, which was great that it happened that quickly because it forced me to suck back and realize, you know what I mean? You have to rethink this and rejig it and take a couple breaths and then re-engage because it was getting a little yeah, it was like just like, oh, little it was like, yeah, this is gonna be super easy. I'm ready to go. I'm gonna start getting the mindset in December, January 1st. Here we go, here we go, here we go. And then boom, oh well, life gets in the way. I'm sure it happens to everybody. You know what I mean? You can't predict what tomorrow's gonna bring. So how can you predict what your schedule's gonna look
Life
like?
does. No, you can't. I don't have a crystal ball, but if I did, I wouldn't. I wouldn't have PTSD, and I would certainly have a lot more money. Um, so in jumping in and going, um, do you think you were trying to erase something in your past, or were you? You mentioned you're not trying for. what did you say? Not the new Luke, but the improved you, or
Reinvented.
something earlier on. So
Yeah.
the reinvented Luke. So are you trying to like erase anything from your past and moving forward, or just
No, I'm trying to
accepting
piece
those
together all
things
the good
too? And
things. If that makes any sense,
there
you know
you
what I mean?
go.
The good things when I was younger, the good things when I was older, or in the military, the good
Yep.
things when I retired,
Yep.
the good things when I'm a caddy. Let's get those things. And let's wash the other 95% of the shitty things that you had on the go there, buddy. And let's work with the five. But no, all joking aside, but I
Yep.
wanted to take a lot of the things. Like, remember when I was younger, you know what I mean? The clown, the jokester. I wanted to be that again. I wanted to be the guy who's
Yeah.
interacting with
Bundy.
people and joking, and the guy who, you know what I mean? Like when it's supposed to be serious, like, well, okay, cool. Who said that? I put my hand up. I wanted to be that guy again, but I also wanted to be a compassionate person. I didn't want to be some scumbag who just ran from bar to bar and girlfriend and relationship to relationship. I wanted to be a better person. I wanted to do those other different things that I pieced myself together through my life, but mostly only the good things. I see my life in three stages, and all the good things from all those three stages is the reinvented Luke I like to see. But I also have to live with the realization that PTSD sometimes gets in the way, and it was in full force there Friday, Saturday. So, um, and I just got to realize that and be better when it comes to dealing with that stuff. So,
So I'll ask the question. I know we keep saying arsehole or Jekyll and Hyde or 100%, or we're using different terms to sort of label who we are when the PTSD and other things take in. So who would the old version of you be in the challenge that you're trying to reinvent from? Like, who's the old person? Who's the one you don't want kicking around?
I don't remember me ever being aggressively angry prior to the PTSD. Like I was never someone. That story about Josh, like our brother Josh, we're little kids. You know what I mean? How did he get his nickname? Grab me by the neck, throw me up against the wall, ready to kill me, and then me just, hey, relax, Azu. And that's how he got his name. But that's and not if that happened to me today, no, it's a full-on war and someone's going through a window. That's the guy I want to get rid of. I've never been an aggressively
Yep.
angry, violent, abusive person. But man, I can use my words to hurt. And I am so disgusted when I do that, but it's when I'm provoked. But it's like, I think sometimes I initiate to be provoked so I can do it. You know what I mean? Like as sick as it sounds. And I have to realize these kind of things.
No,
And
I know
the
what you
best thing
mean.
is I have the dialogue with Tanya where we can speak and she's just called. Don't ever do that again. I'm sorry. You are 1,000,000,000% right. I don't argue with her because she points out. She'll tell me right to my face. Why'd you do that? Why did you start that fight? I don't know because I don't know. But we're
Yep.
starting to get a little bit better. Like
Well,
we're
it's
getting
like a
better. We're getting better, and we're
pressure.
figuring it out.
Yep. Well, it's kind of like a pressure release valve, right? I remember talking about those kinds of feelings and doing that with my guy and working through, and he's expressing what I'm thinking, which is I just want to blow up. And then the answer is, well, you've got enough control in you still to pull back on that guy and say, but if you blow up, this is not going to be very good when you're done talking or doing. And it's like, yeah, man, I don't want to do something stupid and end up in jail. And I certainly don't want to say something that pushes my wife and kids away.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, Sean,
so
you
there's
were
that
right
little
there.
bit
You were
of
right there in Detroit.
a trick.
You were right there in Detroit, Sean. Remember?
Yes.
And
Yep.
that's not
Talking to the
me.
police and
That is
backing them
not
down.
me. Let's not
No.
get into the story because I don't want ice kicking my door in and taking me down. But you were there when I lost and I was screaming at that poor person. Like, what is wrong with me? You know what I mean? And that's not Luke Sear, and it's not. And the best thing is I think I realize it and the triggers and stuff but they get past me sometimes. But my ultimate goal, like the reinvented Luke, that don't happen. The reinvented Luke is like you said, who do I want to be? I want to be when I'm getting screamed at, Zazu. Come here. It's okay. Give me a hug. It's okay. Give me a hug, Zazu. You know what I mean? That's what I want
You should get a tattoo of Zazu on your hand.
on my hand.
So when you start to go, you see him, you go Zazu.
Yeah, until
Pictures of
I meet
Zazu
my
around your
golfer,
house.
reach out
Maybe
to
that's
shake
I'll
his
draw
hand. He's
you a
like,
picture
right
of
on.
him.
This is
Send it.
my caddy.
He's got a cartoon bird on his fingers.
Or his brother's Rafiki.
Yeah. That's
Monkey
me.
with a stick. Those hey, shout out to my boys
Um,
in Manitoba. Monkey with a stick. Those boys are watching. No, so the first the year we won the RBC, my golfers were waiting on one of the tees, and one of the golfers was telling this story because we had ended up parring a hole or whatever. We had to get it back, and he's like, "Just remember, guys, when Rafiki hit the guy in the head with the stick because they're in their head too much about thinking about their shots." And he started talking about his monkey with a stick, and the kids walking down the fairway. He's like, "Monkey with a stick." I'm like, all right. You're lucky I'm working right now because you don't want to hear what I'm thinking right now. But hey, it became a thing. But it's just, if something's in your head, pretend Rafiki's whacking the head with a monkey with a stick. So anyway, I don't know how that got off topic, but that's what happens when you're all
I
messed
usually
up in
get,
your brain, I guess.
I usually get, yeah, I usually get those warnings from Becky. The look and don't go. And what? I know exactly what you're going to say and how far you're going to take it. Don't go.
Yeah.
It's usually when their parents are around or at church or something.
Yeah.
No, no, no. Don't go with that. Yeah. So we kind of talked about the new you that you want to become, and as much as we throw out there once in a while, body weight and getting rid of this fat pants and all those wonderful things. It's like it's more about who you are as a person and your character and all of those things. Um, so here's a question: is that the person you want to be in the public eye and around people that you're with, or is that somebody you want to be even if you're by yourself?
That's who I want to be when I'm by myself. But when I'm in the public eye, I want to even be better. Does that make any sense?
Here we go.
Like a
It does.
sometimes you have to be a politician, like, and it's not being phony. And I take it back to caddy, and when I'm instructing people or I'm shadowing, they're shadowing me, and I say, listen, not every golfer who comes here is the same. You're gonna have your party guys. Now, those are the guys who need to hear the dirty jokes and they hear the cursing and the swearing, blah blah. But then you're also gonna have the elderly couple who you're caring for her, and you're gonna be a prim, proper, respectable human being. Like there's certain things you have to do to present yourself in public. But who I want to reinvent myself for, because I know how to be a politician. Um, in a way, you know what I mean? Be in the military, yes, sir, no, sir, three bags full, sir. I can switch to that way, but who I want to reinvent myself for is for who I want to be um in my day to day, not who the public sees. Public, I want to even be better. I'll not like and I don't want. I'm not saying I'm not dumbing down who I want to be or how awful it is. I just don't want to be the hi, hi. Thank you for choosing Domino's. This is Luke speaking. How may I help you? Like, no, I don't want to be that guy because that's not me. And if I was that guy, everybody would be like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy, right? But no, in the public eye, yes, you do
Yep.
have to be a certain different type of person, but also you can sit in your own house and tell a dirty joke, right? You can you can act a certain
Yes.
way.
Yep.
You can act a certain way that you're not going to do downtown Walmart. You know what I mean? That's the crazy stuff I do. Like one time, like I'll just jump out of nowhere. Tanya just be sitting in my underwear dancing, climb up on the table. What are you doing? Screaming at me. I'm not doing that in the Walmart or the food court. Can't do it. But who I'm going to be here? That's fun. We're laughing. We're having a joke.
I
You know what I
gotta
mean?
do
It's
it
it's a great
somewhere.
time. But I'm not doing that
Yep.
downtown. But who I'm
Yep.
going to reinvent myself for is
No,
for me, my day to day, my family,
they'll come
my
get
loved
you.
ones.
Yep. All right. That's cool. So let's look at the military first responder mentality, which is getting, it's not that there's the phrase is we're wired for pressure. It's almost like we're inoculated to withstand the pressure and keep doing things. And we're wired to just get that mission done. Do you think that that kind of training, that kind of mindset that's instilled is helping us, or do you think it could hurt us
Hurts us.
if we're so driven?
It hurts
Yeah.
us because
How so?
no, because there's high functioning people in civilian life that can learn techniques how to be high functioning in civilian life. Those in the military, they push and push and push and push and push and push and push until you cannot break no more. So what happens is the same type of thing. When you take a cucumber and throw it in a brine, it turns into a pickle. Well, eventually that is becomes just a pickle, and it'll be a pickle till the day it rots. The thing is, it can never become a cucumber again. So there's other ways to make somebody. Um, there's other ways within in civilian life, and it starts right in your own home, I guess, raising your own children and doing it a certain way, but not to the extreme levels that they want to push people, because you don't know the breaking point of a certain person, right? Like I might be able to handle more stress than you, but they're going to put us through the same stresses. And then if you break and I don't break, right, and they keep pushing us, you break even farther, right? The damage that is done. So I think it hurts. And it could those abilities and those techniques and all that stuff can be instilled in a different way. I think personally. And then, like, the way I don't even know how the way
I
they're
can see
doing
that.
things now, right? Like, I don't know how military and all those things. All I do is when I talk to my buddies who are still in it, they're like, "It's not the same." So, whatever that means.
Might be worth getting them on and finding out. Few more questions for you. Do you think you're addicted to intensity?
No, I'm addicted to adrenaline, though. That's an impos you cannot
That
get
I
that's
hear
one of
you
the
on.
addictions you cannot get rid of, like, and I tried to explain it, like, you crave it. You crave like, if I get, I'm just knowing you almost slip and fall and you catch yourself, I'll ride a high for about an hour after.
Yep.
If there's something that gets me going, or if I get like, and we were supposed to actively slow me down speaking today, and I hope it was a little bit better. But um, I'll go in and if
Sometimes.
like slow down, okay? No, no, even more. And then they're like, no, a little more faster. You know what I mean? Like it's just I don't know how, because I just need that. I need that adrenaline. I need that adrenaline. The only way like I explained in the documentary, and I said, like, if you're from Sault Ste. Marie, drive to Sudbury the whole time, think you're going to get killed. Stop for a couple minutes, turn around, go back, think you're going to get killed the whole time, and then do that for 6 months straight. Like, if you ever been in a blizzard and you think you might get in an accident, and like that anxiety, that white knuckling, you know what I mean? Like you're like, oh, now I got home 20 minutes, I made it through the blizzard. No, no, 6 months. And then come home. Okay, stop, stop. You don't crave that adrenaline. You don't crave that energy, that excitement. Huh? Sorry. There's no drug on earth that can replace that feeling in your body. And I've done drugs. I've done I know you guys haven't, but I have. And there's things that's just you cannot replace that feeling. So I can understand why guys, the adrenaline junkies just want this, that, or the other thing. But yeah, I think it's awful.
I'm gonna agree with you on it, especially with versus the intensity. It's not so much the intensity. Well, the intensity can bring it, but the adrenaline thing I get. I've talked to my guy a few times, and it's like I still enjoy it. If I can, when I'm in the car by myself, I put on the right tunes and I just start going. And it's how fast can I take this corner? Can I still cut these angles? It's like, can I still punch this hole and get through this? And then when I had asked, is there anything you'd miss about work? And I'm like, I miss the people and the interactions, but I really miss guns out, tasers out,
Yeah.
clearing a house. I love that feeling, the unknown
Mhm.
is in front of you and you're trying to control everything that you're really not in control of. It's weird. It's like you think you're doing something and you're not. You're just hanging on for the ride too. Um, so I'm gonna reverse that one. We go from intensity to calm. Does calm feel uncomfortable or comfortable to you? Calm
Uncomfortable.
and quiet.
Uncomfortable. It's the worst thing I have on earth. I can't sit still. I hate peace and quiet. Um, I was making homemade bread for my friend. This is the best example. I was an artisan bread I was making in a Dutch oven. Anyway, so I'm making this bread, and you have to let it sit for an hour and to proof for an hour before you knead it down again. So I put it for the first hour, and I was sitting there. And I'm like, oh my god, it's got to be ready. Yeah, I look, it was at 57 seconds. I had wait 3 minutes. I waited 3 minutes, and I thought it was like fucking 30. And it's just have no patience. I got to go, 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 go. If and yeah, may God strike me down if I'm lying. If I have a nine, we're supposed to be in our loops 40 minutes before any like. So if I'm out at 7 o'clock, I'm supposed to be there at 6:20. You know, in the parking lot. Blah blah blah. Uh, if I'm out at 7:40, I'm there at 5 o'clock. No one shows up till 6. I'm waiting in the hut before they show up. They're like, "What are you doing in here?" Hey guys, just showing up for work. I'm like, "What are you doing?" I have no patience. I'm not calm. I don't know how to shut it off. I don't know how to turn off that dial, and I will not result to medication. I used to be on 20 pills. I don't take a goddamn drop of pill again. If I can't figure this out by whatever means, I'm not taking any drugs. I won't take any drugs. If this is me, just woo, then it's me. Spin the top, let it go. But yeah, well, anybody knows me that knows I don't have the ability to be calm. I don't think like it's just like, phew. And I don't know. I don't know. I,
I might
I don't know if I ever was.
I might have a resource for you. Funny enough, because I'm in the same boat. It's just even if it's quiet and I'm trying to be quiet, I'm scrolling. I'm pacing through. So I have my office. It's full of books, magic books, business books, management, life, whatever. And I'm not even looking for a book. I'll be in there and I'll be scanning the shelves, looking for something to do. Then I pace out of there and I go to the kitchen. I clean up. What should I prep? Go to somewhere else. And I think I should go for a drive somewhere to get something I don't even need.
Hmm.
It's like that sitting still feels so awkward. But there's this sleep group they've got me in to help me improve my sleep habits and get a regular sleep pattern going. And the dude put up these different videos that will help calm you before sleeping. And they're just like
Mm,
guided. The guy just talks in the background.
yeah,
And you listen to what's being said. And I'm thinking that at least occupies my thoughts. Pardon me, but it's slowing me down. So maybe I'll forward you those and see if
yeah.
any of that stuff
I've done some
works.
meditations and stuff. My problem is the patience of getting through them, but that's something I got to work through by working through these.
Yeah.
That was my house. Something fell. But
So so in doing our program here and going through, do you find it harder to grind through things or to have balance and work through them at a decent pace?
I go in with the intention of that balance part. Uh, Due to my impatience, I usually like it's even like I think I go in the shower for 20 minutes, but I'm only in there for 5. And it's like I want to get all this stuff done. It's like, okay, oh my God, I got to go clean up the kitchen. It's going to take me an hour and it takes you only 5 minutes. But it's, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, you get that always like, so it's like, now what do I do? Now what do I do? Now what do I do? Like you said, like, I got to go for, where are you going? I don't know. Like, what are you doing? Why you got your coat on? I don't know. Okay, take my coat off, put it back, lay back down. Oh, up to go. Like, it's just, I don't know. It's a struggle, like getting through this stuff. And it's just, but it's just one way, I guess you can try and figure out how you're going to get. You just have to live within the limitations that your life and your um like the stuff that's wrong with us and stuff that's gonna like getting in the way. You're gonna maybe we have to find a way to just I don't know, take those things out of your life, like out of your day, like try and remove things from your day that you that upset you, get you worked up, or make you want to go do things, or find more long time. I don't know. I don't have the answer to any of that stuff, but I know exactly what you're talking about. It's just like you're never doing
Yeah.
anything, right? Like it's just like do
Yeah.
this, 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 this. You always got to be doing something. You can't be calm. You can't be relaxed. You can't be off. I guess alert. I don't know what it is.
I was figuring it out lab. Well, I shouldn't say figuring it out last week. I was trying to, and there were suggestions, like I said, in these groups, these people, and the osteo or the occupational therapist, and it was just like you come to a realization. Sometimes you just have to schedule this down time, even if it's 2 minutes. And I remember making a list, thinking this should take me all weekend. And you pound through it, and you're like, oh crap, I've still got to finish the rest of today, and then I got tomorrow. So you start making things up that you don't even need to do just to do. And then it's like, okay, well, I've got to try and be quiet for a few minutes and not touch my phone, open the laptop, grab a different book, walk away, and just stay here, chill. Um, try to, if hopefully with repetitions, it gets better and gets easier. But
Well, and that's what we're
um,
doing here, right? We're trying to
so
figure
here's a
that out.
here's a quick. Yep, yep. So here's one more for you. Uh, was there anything in this past week that almost made you want to quit or quit?
Yes. My reaction on Friday, Saturday, like the whole like just going sideways that quickly and just saying, well, fuck this, fuck everything, fuck the world. But then I woke up the next morning and I kind of laid around like a fucking slug for a bit, and then I got up and then I put my big boy pants on again and acted like an adult and apologized profusely. And thank God I have somebody with me who does realize that it's my fault, but it's not my fault. If that makes any sense. So
Yep, I do. It
and who is
does.
actively not just walking away, actively helping me and working together to try and find a solution. Um, and that type of commitment is true love, and I'm
Yes,
blessed to have it. But yeah, I never loved this. I never when she cries, it fucking tears my heart out of my chest. And I don't like this. There was a tear running down her cheek and it broke my heart. And I don't like that. And I need to be better. So, yes, that's almost derailed me. But
that's fair.
now talking to her and wanting to be better is actually motivating me a little bit more. And we're ready to, we're going to take this whole week on, but now we're going to be buried under 18 feet of snow. So, oh well, wait for the power to go again. I guess.
Body weight work at the house.
That's it, man. That's it. And
That's right.
well, if the power goes, that the problem is you can't be opening the fridge
Right.
all the time. You got nowhere to cook anything. It's just like, let's go survive. I left Sault Ste. Marie so I didn't have to deal with this garbage anymore. Shit. You know what I mean? They're going to chase me out of town.
It's
They
right
made me
there.
hear this. Brutal.
Well, for me, it was a small injury. My wrist was messed up for a couple days, so I couldn't really do a lot of the body weight stuff. So I hit the assault bike as an alternative. I um, some leg stuff and a little bit of kettlebell that I could do, and then it was that same thing. It's just the brain went right to defeat of look it, you got hurt, you're too old. If you can't do this, why bother? Um, you know what? I'm going to celebrate with a couple of cookies and a chocolate bar, and I'm going to go buy some Haagen-Dazs ice cream, and I'm going to eat the whole bloody thing, and just sit down and I'm going to watch all of the Avengers movies all weekend. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not doing anything, and you just get in that frame of mind of, I call it a little spiral of wanting to quit.
Yeah.
That was it, just a simple injury,
But it's pretty good for
and
like,
it's like you said,
for
you know
me,
what?
like a lot of the things I do is I'll go back and, when I go on the YouTube channel, I'll check out, you know what I mean? Or the old videos and I watch the old man. Fuck, I don't know why the old bugger light a fire under my ass just to hear him talk. You know what I mean? Like, and it's sad he fell and smacked his head there, but he'll show back up here and he'll be right back into it. And it'll be another little kick in the arse to keep us going and keep us pushing forward. But I think what we're doing is phenomenal. And we have to, like, what taught me too about that Friday, Saturday is that's not the last time it's going to happen. That's not the last time you're going to injure yourself, Shawn. But it shouldn't derail your mindset on what you want to accomplish for that healthy body, healthy mind. Because it's not just about being able to work out. It's about that whole
Exactly.
24/7, not that 30, 40 minutes you play in the gym too. But um, I Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll see what this week brings, but I know what I'm doing for the next 2 days. Dig it in.
All right. Let's close up, bud. I'll close up with some words here, and then we'll be all set.
Awesome.
So here's what I'm realizing: that the middle doesn't really feel heroic. It feels repetitive and it feels ordinary, which is hard for me at times. It's hard to swallow because you want to be a hero, but that's where the shift actually happens, right? It's not doing it when you're fired up. It's not about when you're crashing, but it's about just being steady. So if you're watching this and you're not fired up anymore, that's a good thing because now you're into the grind. So Lukey, one sentence. This is a tough question because I've been thinking about it now for about half an hour before coming on here. What does discipline mean to you right now? One sentence. I'll give you a few seconds to think on it. I've had a long time. I still don't have a definition.
How come this wasn't texted me earlier today? Uh, what story? Go with that. What's the question again?
Because it's an on the spot question.
Let's hear it.
All right. In your own
Yeah.
words, and to you right now, what does discipline mean to you right now?
Discipline to me is the man I want to become.
Fair. So having had the opportunity to think on it, it's mine's close to that. It's doing the things I should be doing to become who I want to become, even when I don't want to be doing them.
Nice.
That's mine. All right. So that's it. Ladies and gents, thanks for watching. We'll be back next week. We're still showing up. We're still doing the work. I hope you are too. Dad, if you see this, get well. We'll be in touch. And that's it. Thank you very much, guys.